What's up, guys? So I got a private message on my account from YouTube from a viewer, and his post is pretty long. So I'm going to post the entire thing verbatim in the description below if you truly want to read it. And I'm going to answer it and give advice for it. Now, first and foremost, I am not some sort of god or some sort of all-knowing beast. I am having obviously trouble myself. So this is not some sort of like answer, like all-purpose solution. In fact, there isn't one. One thing I do see is that when I look at the people that I see are like the most successful or almost such godly role models that I I almost seem like wanting to idolize them. I look into them and then I realize these guys are just humans. I see a lot of flaws in them, in fact, that I didn't see initially because I was idolizing them before. And once I look closely, they have a lot of mistakes still, and they're probably going to die with a lot of weaknesses and errors still because humans will never achieve that perfect state. And I honestly think there's rarely the case where there's a human who has achieved like perfect in their dating lives or whatever. So, without further ado, here is a paraphrase of his question. So he's like 17 or 18, I believe, and in high school, he always thought he was good looking. He had a good looking face, but he was lazy and he wanted to work out and stuff and get better abs and stuff, but he was occasionally very lazy and he didn't want to. And on top of that, he played video games a lot and he hung around crowds who played video games a lot and was around that sort of group. Very, very shy at times, and he was shy with girls, and when he got attention, he was just too shy to do anything. And he wanted to go out many times, but when he was invited with his friends to go out, he was just too shy to actually go out, and he would make excuses to why he was so shy. And you can see this goes on and on and on, and he's just whining about this. Basically, each time he is too shy to go out with these people. And first and foremost, guys, if you read the actual excerpt, when you send me a question, use some grammar, okay? Capitalize your sentences, make spell words right, end with periods. I mean, come on, come on. I used to actually do this in text messages with girls. I would forcibly lower my grammar to suit the horrendous grammar of girls. And sometimes the girls had good grammar, and I would forcibly reduce my grammar, even though I usually had very good grammar, in order to fit that sort of what I thought was the expected, cool way of talking, which was bad grammar and like using numbers instead of words in to replace words, like two to replace two, the number two to replace two, and that was just. And then girls like they it made me look like a loser and pathetic. But anyhow, back to the thing. Um, First things first, I can tell that in some ways you are like me, and just looking back, I just think how pathetic I was, and I would say you in some ways are more pathetic than me, and in other ways are not as pathetic as I was. And uh, I'm just going to say the truth. Man up, stop being shy by literally plowing past that fear and anxiety and just going for it. Or just like me and back when I was in high school and not have the courage and let life pass you by and feel depressed and then get to my state where years later you regret it. And that's all I have to say about that. And there's no pill to really truly get rid of this fear and anxiety and sort of anxiousness you feel. It's really down to you acknowledging that and saying I'm gonna man up and do it anyways. And it comes down to having the balls and courage and dedication to do it. The fear and anxiety is always going to be there. It's simply down to you saying, I want this badly enough. Um, I want a better life. I'm sick of being depressed and going out and not whining about it and just sitting in your room crying, because that's not going to do you anything. And quite honestly, for your girl subscribers, it's the same thing. Sometimes you have to man up, and sometimes, I mean, it doesn't have to be straight up balls to the wall sort of thing, man mode. Uh, Sometimes it's just you just have to go halfway. I mean, a lot of girls, you just need to man up to a point where you can indirectly talk to a guy. You don't have to approach and say, I like you, can I have you? You can just, with a very direct conversation, like, um, hey, I like that watch you're wearing. Where'd you get it? And then start a conversation from there. Oh yeah, I got that watch from that dealership too. I really like that dealership. Do you go there often? Hey, do you have a what school do you go to? And yeah, it's definitely a skill, and skill means that it takes time and dedication and practice and a lot of failure to get better at. And so yeah, I usually can do the balls to the wall stuff and go up and compliment a girl, but a lot of times I still chicken out. So honestly, it's down to how badly if you don't, then you might end up just missing out on those opportunities and moving on, or not moving on and feeling regret later in your life. So I that's all I can say. And regardless, life will pass on, and you will make a decision, and through that you will either do something with it or fall behind, and it's down to how badly you want getting past that obstacle and either coming out ahead with a better, less depressed life, or feeling regret. And I would say the best advice is take baby steps. Take baby steps on getting better and improve. And a lot of people just don't want it badly enough, and they prefer the comfort zone, and that's fine. Up with results, and I couldn't stand for that. I was too depressed in the comfort zone, and I ended up having to improve. I'm not saying I'm some king now with massive results. In fact, I'm still kind of stuck at the beginning, but I'm trying to get better. So I'm still kind of stuck somewhere in your standpoint. So really give me advice, okay? If you're watching this video and you have good advice, leave a private message and give me advice, okay? Leave some feedback that can help me, okay? That's all I have to say. Thanks, and as always, like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and give some advice in the comments from me. Some unique advice, no generic crap advice that I've heard 1,000 times. I'll see you guys later. Peace.